Hello YouTube, it's your friendly neighborhood bedroom programmer here, and today we are going to make our first C++ program with code blocks. Now you can see that it's open, and what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to File, New, Project, and you see here you get a nice selection of a lot of different types of project. What we're going to do for pretty much everything we're going to work with on this channel is a console application, so double click that. C++ is already highlighted, so we can click Next. And you can name the project anything you like, but we're going to just name it Hello World. You can see it already has an automatic folder to create the project in. You can browse if you like. It also has a file name that's automatically generated as you type that in. You can change that if you want, but it's just simplest to not do that. Hit Next. Almost none of this you will ever need to worry about, so hit Finish. Now we see over here on our project management panel, we have workspace, hello world, and sources. We're going to expand the sources folder, main.cpp, and it automatically generates everything we're going to be using in this. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to delete it all. Now, the first step when you're writing a C++ program is to know what you're going to be adding to the program. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a preprocessor directive, which is a reserved word for the actual C++ compiler. And these start with a pound sign or hash if that's what you prefer, but hash has a different meaning in programming. And we're going to type include. We're going to open up with a angle bracket. And for this one, we're going to use IOSTREAM. This gives us the ability to write things on the console and to read user input also from the console. Now, every single program must have this function. It is absolutely key that it has this function. And the function is int for integer main with with empty parentheses. The parentheses can have things inside them, but for the most part you won't be dealing with that. Then open curly brace and close curly brace. Code blocks actually, as you can see, closes the curly brace for you. And in this first iteration, we're actually going to type std with 2 colons, and then cout, quotation marks, and you can type anything you want in here. And we'll finish that, and we'll say std double colon again, end L, and something very important in 99% of all scenarios, you will need to finish your statement with a semicolon. That lets the compiler know when it's reading your code that it is the end of that line. End L does not necessarily mean that, as we'll see just now. The final thing you're going to want to write is return 0. This is the value that the function returns when it's done running. And we'll get more into functions in a later lesson. Now let's see how it runs. We'll go up here. It will go build and run. And here we go. Hello world, my name is Jake. Process returns 0. Then it gives a bunch of meaningless stuff about execution time, etc. Any key? Now, this is okay for a single line program, but it will get awful cumbersome to constantly be typing this std all over the place. Well, thankfully, because of that, the geniuses who made this language actually decided to create something called a namespace, which is another thing that we will not be getting into until later. So what we can do is, rather than typing all that, we can say using namespace std. std for standard. And now we can remove these and just to show you, we're going to change this to 1 just so I can show you. And we're going to rebuild and rerun it. See, there we go. Hello world, my name is Jake. Process returned 1 this time because we changed this return value to 1. And there we go. Now it's giving me the red thing here because it's programming convention just or for a successful run to return 0. So it'll give you a little red thing here if you say anything but 1. But other than that, that is how you write your first C++ program. I will be seeing you in the next lesson, and we will move on from there.